Hey, welcome back, volunteers. Um, we're going to continue our video series on going through the Quick Help Guide to Sunday Service slides. If you recall, in the last video, we added the Lord's Prayer, and in this video, we're going to talk about opening hymn. And we're going to do so. We're going to use Song Select on ProPresenter for that. If the song wasn't available in Song Select, we could use the text-based hymnal, which we'll do on the next hymn. But for this hymn, I believe the song is available. Let's go ahead and check. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to our worship plan, and we're going to look at the opening hymn. It looks like UMH 369. Remember that number, 369. And we're going to copy the name here, Blessed Assurance. We're going to go over to ProPresenter. You can see that ProPresenter, we have the hymn first slide here. Right after the Lord's Prayer is the first hymn. And we have the hymn first slide, but there is no hymn underneath because I deleted it before we began this tutorial. So we're going to go ahead up to, we're going to actually hit Control F to find, and you'll see we can click on, if we click on this, it brings a library of all the songs we have in our library, or we can use Song Select. So we're going to use Song Select. We're going to delete whatever's in there now, and we're going to paste in Blessed Assurance. And you can see there's a number of Blessed Assurance titles in here, but the one we're looking for is in our hymnal. It's by Fanny Jane Crosby, and Phoebe Palmer Knapp is the one who wrote the music. So what you want to do is you want to look in the hymnal to make sure that as a good hint is to look in the hymnal, make sure that the music is attributed to the right people. And you can check on that by just clicking on the song, and this shows you, usually it's the choir, the chorus rather. So we're going to go ahead and we're pretty happy with this. We're going to go ahead and say import here, and we're going to decide on the number of line breaks. We're going to say 2 for this song. If you look in the hymnal, you can see that there's sort of 4 lines per chorus, so 2 lines goes into that very nicely. So we're going to say 2 lines here. We could say import directly into songs, the library of songs here, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to here and edit, and we're going to look and see what the song looks like. And while we're in here editing, we want to uncheck display copyright theme, because this will put an extra text line on every single slide that shows the copyright, and we don't want that text line. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We can also add a title slide in here. So I'm going to hold down the control key and hit enter, and it adds an extra slide at the beginning. And if you recall, this was, oops, I just pasted directly, and it pasted in this crazy tiny font. So we're going to go ahead and delete that crazy tiny font, or at least I think I'm going to try. Let's see here, just delete the whole thing. And paste again, this time paste and match style. Oh, so the style is, I kind of ruined the style. Let's delete this slide and start again here. So we'll go ahead and delete the slide, and we'll start again, Control Enter, and this time we'll paste and match the style. There we go. So Blessed Assurance, and I believe this was UMH 369. But let's, before I lock that in, let's go ahead and see. So I'm going to slide on over to our, UMH 369. For those of you not used to seeing different desktops, that's just me holding down the control and the Windows key and using the arrow key to move between desktops. Windows users, or excuse me, Mac users will be happy about that, Mary Ellen. So I keep other things on other desktops just to keep things simple. We just finished creating this title slide here, but as it turns out, it's still called chorus. So we're going to right click on this, and we're going to go ahead and say group, and we're going to name it a title. Now it is now named the title, but then now the first verse is also called title. So we have to regroup this guy here. So click on this guy, and we'll go to group here, and we'll go to verse 1. Oy vey, it didn't make that title. Let's try again here. Group, title. I made the whole thing title. Now this guy, we want to group, and we're going to say verse 1. I made that verse 1. So now we have a title and verse 1 and chorus, and then verse 2 and verse 3. And you can see it's broken it up by 2 lines each. The way it breaks it up looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and keep that, and we're going to import it. Now it imported it into songs and it named it the name of the song. It didn't name it UMH 369. It named it the name of the song. So we want this actually in our library to be called UMH 369 so we can keep it straight with the other hymns. So we're going to go right to our song library and we're going to rename it. So it's called Blessed Assurance. This is the one we just created. We're going to rename Blessed Assurance to UMH 369 Blessed Assurance. So now it's stored it down here alphabetically, UMH 369 Blessed Assurance. We're going to go ahead and copy this. And we're going to drag it into our, we're going to open up our, open up our playlist and scroll over to opening hymn. It's our opening hymn. And we'll right click and we'll say paste. And it just pasted our song into here under the hymn. Now you'll notice that our song has a title slide and it has a verse 1 and a chorus to verse 2, but it doesn't have the chorus there. To fix that, we have to open up here and we have to create a new arrangement. This is the arrangement section here. You can see this is the master arrangement. You can see that here. We're going to create a new arrangement, and I've been calling the arrangement the name of the book that it's in. So this is the United Methodist Hymnal Arrangement. And all we have to do to create the new arrangement is just grab the chorus and drag it into the after verse 2 and after verse 3. So now, as you can see, we have a beautiful arrangement. However, it does not have, it has a title slide, but it doesn't have a picture. So I'm going to go ahead and grab, I'm going to open up the media bin. And for this hymn, I think I want to do the candle flickering. So I'm going to grab the candle flickering and I can drag it onto the title, or I can drag it before the title. In my case, I think I'm going to drag it before the title, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to Inspector. I'm going to make sure that this loops because it's a short video. So I'm going to make sure it loops. It lasts 30 seconds. And now I think I'm done here because it doesn't have any audio. Later, you're going to see an example where there's audio on the track, and it's going to get pretty noisy before we mute the audio tracks. So I think we're good there. We just have to remember to go to next timer and make that a 0 so it doesn't linger on the slide where it assigns the graphic there. So we're going to go ahead and close the arrangement. We brought it in, we adjusted the arrangement, we added up a graphics there, and let's see how it looks. So I just clicked on, just to check it, you just click on the hymn first slide, and it has a 0 advance as well. So it goes right here, and we can go through one at a time and check to make sure the lyrics are correct. So you have a hymnal in your hand at this time, and you're making sure that the lyrics are correct. All right, so that seems like that's done. We just inserted the hymn 369, Blessed Assurance. The next tutorial, let's see, opening hymn. Fantastic. The next tutorial is, I believe we're going to add the prayer song, but before we do that, we're going to make sure that all the other elements between the opening hymn and the prayer song are correct. So we'll see you in the next video.